And thanks to Swiss Locker and also Frankie and our community bank, Bendigo Bank, among our many sponsors, Ambience Catering. This is GameFace's pre-match show, and we're at Pines today for the big match between Frankston YCW and Pines. Second and third on the ladder. Pines undefeated. YCW going pretty well. They've got some injuries, mind you, so have Pines as well. The two captains, two of the most experienced players in the competition, and two players so important to the respective sides, Beau Hendry of Pines and Kev Lylak of YCW, a co-commentator of mine in a game of football last year. Kev, a lot of injuries last year. You're playing footy this year. You must be enjoying that.
Yeah, really love being back at the club. Much better for my family as well. It's a bit different at VFL, young side. Not many playgrounds at the Ovals, but can come. My wife can come down, bring her daughter down to the club and spend the day with the other kids. So, no, it's good being back.
So was that your decision to decide to come back to YCW or Frankston, or a mutual decision as to why you're no longer
No, it was
VFL?
Yeah, it was
your
my
decision.
Yeah, at first I wanted to give it another crack because I really enjoyed it down there. I learned a lot, love the boys down there. But at the end of the day, I had to pick the family first. So.
And Beau, the Premiership defence is well and truly on show. You've got the war scars already. You've won your first 5 games. You look pretty good, but you've got some injuries. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I'm sure, like Paddy said, we've been playing our game style for the last 5 years now, and it's taken a while to get to where we want to be. But everyone's learned a lot. So
yeah,
one goes down and another one rolls up, and we've had some pretty big blokes go down this year, but we recruited well this year. Like, we picked up Big Russ and Luke Delmo, so Luke Delmo's sort of covering for Chewy. Obviously he's not going to play as good as Chewy, just yet, but he's just playing his role. So that's all we ask from everyone who comes in, is play your role. We don't expect Delmo to do what Chewy's doing. We expect him to do what he can do, and yeah, like I said, play your role.
Perry Lewis-Smith, a big loss, but it's a positive for the club, isn't it?
Perry Lewis-Smith?
Yeah.
What do you mean by a big loss?
Well, I mean, he's not playing as much because he's a Port Melbourne.
Yeah. No, look, mate, for young kids like that, we don't call it a loss. Like, we love to see young kids go up and play VFL. He learned a lot from us last year, and he's thrived, and he's playing at Port Melbourne, which is great for him. He'll come back when he'll be in and out. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see over the year, see what happens with him. But it's great when he's here playing because he's an absolute superstar. And, yeah.
You've just got to be positive, don't you, when a situation like that happens. Same with you too, Kev. I mean, you've had that situation for quite a few years, being the benchmark of the competition. Now, I noticed last year there were times when Wayne would get calls on Thursday saying that BJ had to stay out, a couple of other players had to stay out. They may not play in their VFL team, but they may be required, so they couldn't play for Frankston YCW. It's a juggling act, but again, it's a positive for the club.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a really good opportunity for those young players to go get that experience and come back. And if they don't get a game, they're happy because they're playing with all their mates. And if they get a game, well done, because they're getting that experience at a high level. And we're happy. We're always happy for everyone to go up. Today we've got Lockie Street and BJ both playing their first game for Richmond, and although we've got a big game, you can't just be happy for them because they're playing at a high level.
How did the team cope last week with no rotations after quarter time?
Pretty good, I think. At quarter time, I think we went a little bit defensive, and we brought it to everyone's attention that we didn't have any rotations, and it really changed our game style. In the first quarter, we were playing very attacking footy, and then in the second quarter, we just turned defensive and we went away from our natural gameplay. And then they came and they scored a few goals and got in front. Third quarter, we went back to the way we were playing, and I think we ended up maybe turning around a 3-goal lead into maybe 3 points. And then in the last quarter, we just ran out of legs. So if we had just kept to our attacking game style the whole game, I think that we could have won. But to Rosebud's credit, they were a really good side on the day and outplayed us.
Do you think we could have a 23rd man, Beau and Kev, like they have in the VFL? There's plenty of money, as I mentioned earlier, in the AFL. This is my topic of the week at the moment, and I'll probably talk about it till death do us part. We know that the AFL have a lot of money, and they could maybe provide some money to all the AFL regions out there for a 23rd man when a situation like this occurs, that a team loses rotations or down to at least one rotation, to allow at least a couple of rotations for the rest of the match.
Yeah, but That's it, mate. That's footy. Sometimes it doesn't happen very often where
No.
you get 4 blokes go down. It's just one of those things. But look, I'd be happy with the 23rd man. It might give me that one spot an extra couple of years. You never know. But look, it doesn't really bother me. 23, 22. Like, if you get injuries, you're going to get injuries. It's very rare that you get that many injuries. So it's just very unlucky.
What do you think, Kev?
Yeah, I think it'd be good. Maybe if they had a similar rule to VFL where they've got to be under a certain age.
Yes,
Give those
I agree with that.
under 18s and those younger guys a chance that may just be missing out. And that would maybe prevent them from moving clubs. Because I know there's just some people, if they're not getting a game, they want to go and they want to play senior footy, so they move clubs. So that might help those young and upcoming stars start their home clubs.
Now, Beau, you're playing in the back line. You enjoying that this year?
Yeah, it's a different role. You're not as involved in the stoppages, but no, I'm loving it. I'll do anything where the team suits. So Big Russ is killing it. He's an absolute ripper of a bloke as well. So I'm happy for him to do all the hard work, and then I'll just pinch hit when he's done all the hard work and come in, and hopefully the other ruckman's spent by the time I get in there.
And who do you think you'll get today, Kev? Will you get Aaron Edwards, who's on the way back? He played last week. He got through the game okay. Is he your likely opponent, or are we giving away trade secrets?
No, he's a little bit too big for me. Yeah, I think
Tommy McDermott?
I'm not too sure. I like to try and get rid of my opponent. Just find the youngest
Try
bloke
not to
out
play
there
on anyone.
Yeah, I've learned a lot off Byron Barry, so he normally does. So yeah, try and peel off. Try and find someone I can peel off.
Well, gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us. Big game of footy coming up today. Second on the ladder, Pines against third on the ladder, Frankston YCW. We look forward to it and we thank you for your time.
No,
Thanks,
Dan.
mate.
Kev Lylak, the captain of Frankston YCW. Beau Hendry, the premiership captain of Pines, with us on our pre-match show on GameFace. Back with more shortly. Get your GameFace on.
Get your GameFace on.